Number 13, first thing you got to do, hopefully is recognize, and you're going to not recognize, but that's okay. You can find the hypotenuse with the 9, 40, 41 family. Okay, it's a good family to know. So times 2 times 2 times 2, the hypotenuse is 82. If you don't recognize your families, you can always do Pythagorean theorem. So when they say sine of theta, I'm simply asking for a ratio. So here's theta, opposite over hypotenuse in the most reduced form would be 9 over 41. Secant theta is just like cosine, but the reciprocal of cosine, so that would be 41 over 40. Okay, and then how do I actually find theta? You can take any of those ratios and ask the calculator the correct way to do it. So basically, sine theta is equal to 9 over 41. You're telling the calculator, hey, I know the ratio, what's the angle? And the way to do that is to literally say, hey, let's do sine inverse, or the inverse sine of 9 over 41. So when I do that, here you got to make sure your calculator's in degree mode. Let me go through that with you real quick. Go to your settings and go do 2 for document settings. See, my angle here on this calculator is in radians, so I'm glad I checked. So I need to switch to degree. Now that I'm in degree, I want to hit make default. Okay, and now my calculator is in degree mode, which is what I want. Okay, so I'm going to go to a calculator page now, and I'm going to use my trig functions, which are not there. I don't know why I clicked that. So trig, and then I'm going to go to sine inverse, 9 divided by 41, and I typed in 14 for some strange reason, so 41. And then when we hit enter, boom, I got myself 12.68 degrees. Okay, so that's how I would handle that. Just curious if you wanted to know how to turn that into degrees, minutes, and seconds. Multiple ways to do that. I could take my answer and I could literally go to, this is the way I like to do it, go to the book and I just type that arrow there, and then I personally type in DMS. There's other ways to do it when you go through the book, but basically hit enter and then you would get it in degrees, minutes, and seconds. Okay, so that's that. Now I need to go to problem number 14. Got one more on here that was asked. Okay, so I have terminal side of an angle. So basically, you got to know what quadrant you're in. So I'm going left, I'm going up. So if I go left and I go up, I'm going to be in the second quadrant. So I'm left 3 and I'm up 5. It's not the 3, 4, 5 family. Be very, very careful. Pythagorean theorem, 3 squared plus 5 squared is equal to c squared. So we got 9 plus 25, so we're going to get 34. So square root of 34 is going to be equal to our hypotenuse here. And then you just have to go through your different trig ratios, all 6 of them. So sine theta, cosine theta, let me write them all out here, and tangent theta. So sine is literally going to be opposite over hypotenuse. You don't need to rationalize the denominator. I'm fine with that answer. Cosine negative 3 over root 34, and then tangent here is going to be negative 5 over 3. And then cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine, and obviously cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. So just going backwards here, we got negative 3/5 for that one, negative root 34 over 3, and then root 34 over 5. All right, cruising along. I'm going to go to number 29 now, 29 and 30. Okay, so finding these, we worked on these in class yesterday. Actually today when I'm making this video, but the concept is we got to find out where the spot is. All right, so basically where's the spot? Well, cosine is less than 0. I'm just going to start right here. Cosine's less than 0, so that means we can't be here and we can't be there. Cosine is the x value. Those don't make sense. And then if you guys like, all students take calculus, that kind of concept, that's fine too. This says cosecant's positive, so that means that sine must be positive as well. So that puts us not in the third quadrant, but in the second quadrant. So that means the hypotenuse is root 29 based on our ratio, and the opposite leg is 5. And then we got to figure out what this is right here. Okay, well that would be 5 squared plus x squared equals root 29 squared. So we got 25 plus x squared equals 29. X squared equals 4, so x is going to be 2. All right, so then all they said was find secant theta. So here I am. I just do my ratio, and I have 2 over root 29. That's a good enough answer. You don't need to rationalize it for me. All right, so then 30 was also asked for me to do. So here's 30. So again, cosine's positive this time, so I'm going to be in one of these two quadrants. Tangent's also positive. That can't happen down here. So when I set up my right triangle, I have 7 there, 3 here. And then I do Pythagorean theorem. I got 49 plus 9, which is 58. So I'm going faster, but the square root of 58 cannot be simplified. You would want to try that if you could, but it can't be. So then I just do cosine. So cosine is going to be 3 over root 58 for that problem there.